gentlemen, introducing your host from the birthplace of extreme, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, weighing in at, well, an average weight for a person of his size, Shondell Wilbur.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back once again to another episode of the Bury the Booking Podcast, Wrestling Podcast. My name is Dell. That is Devin. What's going on, my friend?
Not much. Another great week.
Another great week. Another great, I guess, couple dips and twists and turns on our winding road to WrestleMania. As we are getting to that, we're going to get into some of that stuff, as well as we're, again, as always, we're going to give you a couple little shakes out of the salt shaker of AEW, because, you know, they don't give us a whole lot of nothing to work with. Maybe that'll change in the next couple weeks as we get closer to the big business episode of Dynamite. Maybe. But until then, let's just without any further ado, let's just jump right on into this thing. We don't have a whole lot of fluff here. Let's just jump right into Monday Night Raw. So as a whole, I want to break down one thing in particular, but as a whole of Monday Night Raw, how did you feel about Raw this past Monday?
It was some ups and downs. Some things I ain't really like.
It was a very mixed bag on Monday Night Raw this past week. Yeah.
Other than that, I was okay with it. I watched it.
Yeah.
But there were some things that occurred, some matches that happened. And I was like, all right, whatever.
Yeah, they're setting up to the Elimination Chamber event, which is gonna take place next weekend. We're gonna do a little preview of that. Talk about the matches, maybe get into who we may think will win and what direction they might be going. But speaking of what direction they are going in things, I want to talk about this Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins segment from Monday Night Raw. And pretty much it was coming off of the press conference that we talked about on our last episode and the fallout from that. And this was the direct fallout with Cody Rhodes after he made his selection of facing Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. After the original plan, what we all know is they were trying to go Rock.
Mm-hmm.
That got to a lot of pushback, and they had to turn it back around and go back to what they should have been doing the whole time, essentially. So you had Cody out there, Cody just playing it up, living it up. And then we get Seth Rollins out, and Seth Rollins comes out, and Cody says he wants to thank Seth Rollins for coming to his aid, pretty much jumping into the slap heard around the world when Rock completed his heel turn and slapped Cody at the press conference. Of course, Seth Rollins took exception, and it looked like it was Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes on one side, and it was Roman Reigns and The Rock on the other side. And, you know, Seth started talking a little bit about how he understood why Cody had to pick Roman and why he made the decision, even though he wanted to have the match with him and all this. And, you know, talking about how Seth has some responsibility for creating the monster that is Roman Reigns and all this and that, which was a good throwback to the Shield days and all that. And he even mentioned Cody Rhodes may need a shield in the promo, pretty much leading to have us believe that there is going to be possibly at WrestleMania some type of, maybe we get a tag team match between The Rock and Roman versus Cody and Seth, maybe night one of WrestleMania. That seems to be, the rumor mill and speculation all over. Yeah. Everybody's like, maybe they're going to do that, because you were going to have Rock wrestle in a match. You're going to have Rock and Roman. And now that you have to pivot back to Cody and Roman because hashtag we want Cody. Where does that leave Rock? You're not gonna put Rock in a 1-on-1 throwaway match with somebody that's not Roman Reigns. And you seem to be going a certain direction right now. We'll talk about SmackDown and Rock's SmackDown promo coming up. But how do you feel about the possibility of it being a tag team match? How do you feel about the possibility of Seth Rollins and a Cody Rhodes versus Rock and Roman versus a newly formed dual head of the table bloodline type thing?
See, here's the thing. Am I gonna watch it? Yes. I don't care about The Rock. I don't. I can't stress that enough. I don't care. Like, he's not important enough to me to move the needle.
Okay.
Would it be a good match? No. Why? I don't believe so. Seth and Cody's going to need to win. Whoever they're going to ring with, they're going to need to win. It's not going to be Seth and The Rock. I mean, it's not going to be Roman and The Rock. It's going to be Jimmy and Solo. That's who it's going to be. Those are the people who are going to go against Seth and Cody.
They're going to do a swerve. Like, look, we're not wrestling.
Yeah.
Rock's like, Rock and Roman are like, we're not wrestling you guys. And Roman especially like, I ain't wrestling twice in the same weekend. So
exactly,
you got to be tripping.
So it is. It's going to be.
That would be a good, very, very good heel thing to do if you're if you're Roman and all that.
And that's what they do. They're going to go against Solo and Jimmy.
Okay, well, I can see that.
And it's not going to be. It's going to be a quick fight. Seth and them do work, get out the ring. Yeah.
So if they do, then if they go with this and they go with something like this at WrestleMania, there's going to be some double dutying going on amongst the people in this main event. Let's just say they do go with night one. You get Roman and you get Rock versus Seth and Cody. Then Seth has to defend his world championship, I'm assuming, the next night on night 2 against whoever wins the Elimination Chamber next week. And then, of course, you have the main event of WrestleMania, which is Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes. So you would get Cody pulling double duty, you would get Roman pulling double duty, you would get Seth. Rock has his one match because Rock ain't wrestling 2 nights at WrestleMania.
That's why you pull the bait and switch, and you get the other 2 guys in there. And then the only hang up is going to be Solo. You get in there, you get Solo out quick. You get the Uso in there. He can't do nothing. And 5 minutes, 10 minutes. That's it. Nobody get hurt.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely, like, if they're going to do this, and that's a very good point that you brought up there. I mean, Seth's still banged up.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't want to give him a whole lot, especially if he's going to be wrestling the next night, if this is the plan. But we're just fantasy booking right now. So if he's running double nights, as banged up as he is, you don't want to have him go to distance in a tag team match. I mean, the tag team match does help him because Cody could pick up where Seth, Cody could be in the ring while Seth's on the outside. You can kind of hide that a little bit. Seth is present. Seth is in the match, but it's not like he's doing a whole lot in the match because, Cody's picking up that slack there where you're trying to preserve Seth and trying to make sure you give him as least to do as possible so he can have a one-on-one match the next night. But I don't know. I mean, it's possible that's where they're going with this. This wasn't where they were going at all because they wanted The Rock and Roman Reigns at WrestleMania, which would in turn would have put Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania, probably ending night 1. Now you got to come up with a night 1 main event because Seth and Cody ain't wrestling now. So now you put them on the same side against Rock and Roman. Who knows? But we do know from that promo that Rock cut on on SmackDown, and he said he was going to do everything in his power to make sure that Cody was still a loser. So whatever that means.
This whole, I gotta put this. I don't know. Fuck The Rock. This right there. I don't need you. Care. He came out on SmackDown. He talks, flapping his jaws, talking about all types of stuff.
I will say I enjoy Hollywood heel Rock more than any Rock.
Yes.
More than any Rock.
I agree with you.
That's and it's always been that way. Like I was never a huge Rock fan. Growing up, like Attitude Era stuff, like I was never really like a huge Rock fan. Like I was an Austin fan.
Mm-hmm.
I liked Shawn when he was around, but and then of course the injuries and all that stuff like that. But and that was right around the time where they were moving away from Bret Hart, who was my all-time favorite. But it was Austin's time, so it was Austin, Rock, Triple H, Taker, Mankind. But I was never like a gigantic Rock fan. But it wasn't until I always appreciated him. He was always entertaining. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But it wasn't until he got the movie roles and all that stuff like that, and he started disappearing. And then when he came back and like fully embraced the fact that the fans resented him for leaving for Hollywood, and he came back Hollywood, it was perfect. I absolutely thought that was because you had enough of that realism in there to him leaning on the fact that I'm Hollywood, so what? I'm back, and just completely insulting the fans and insulting everything like that. And we got a little bit of this on SmackDown, which was good. And I was like, all right, that's good. Like I really enjoy that stuff, that aspect of it. But
I like the heel Rock more.
Yeah.
More entertaining for me.
Yeah. Back down to corporate Rock when they had the Survivor Series thing, and he was he who shall not be named animore's personal champion, and the corporation and all this. But I don't know, man. We'll see. Like for this to play off, like for this to pay off, I should say, The Rock needs to be on TV more. We'll see. Like getting closer to WrestleMania, maybe he is. Who knows? But The Rock and Roman Reigns also would need to be on TV more. We're going to need to see them more in order to drive the storyline along, in order for us to, get it in our heads that, all right, well, it's going to be Cody fighting this gigantic mountain. One, he already had to deal with the bloodline. Now he has to deal with the bloodline and The Rock, who is also, essentially part of Bloodline as well. And that's what Seth Rollins was saying to him on Monday Night Raw at that promo. So it's kind of like that's where we're going. Like it's Cody and with the help of Seth against the Bloodline right now.
Yeah.
So we'll see. And maybe that turns into maybe Cody and Jey Uso are friends. Maybe that turns into Jay and then Jimmy and something like that. Maybe it gets a multi thing. Who knows? Maybe it's a multi-person match that happens at WrestleMania and not just one-on-ones between these people. And who knows? But I don't know. I think it's, without seeing where The Rock is implemented, like coming up, like it looked like he was looked like we're going to see more of him, but you just don't know. Like The Rock's a very busy guy,
What
He's on
doing what?
he's on the board. He's got that the football league stuff going on. He's
Yeah,
just but it's one of those things where like so now you gotta see if he's going to be involved in this every week or not. And you know, he's not, but who knows? And then with Roman Reigns, you still have Elimination Chamber, so you can kind of get away with setting up with Elimination Chamber. So maybe you don't get the Rock and Roman on SmackDown this week, but after Elimination Chamber, the next stop is WrestleMania. So
yeah.
we got to see a lot more everybody before WrestleMania. So this next week we'll see if the Rock shows up, the Rock and Roman show up, even if they do like something taped or who knows. If they're on as a collective group or unit, maybe that helps further things along and maybe helps drive the fact that night one we might get a tag team match between Seth and Cody and Rock and Roman. But
It'd be nice, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I would see like if you can't because you can't do your original plan, so I think that would be a good main event. That would be a good main event for night one. Or I mean, you could even do being Bayley won the Royal Rumble, so she is entitled to, they say, a main event match at WrestleMania. To challenge the champion. Maybe I mean, I don't think they're gonna close night one with Bayley and Io. And especially if you got The Rock and if you got The Rock, Roman, and Cody and stuff, you're not going to do that. But, I mean, it all depends. It all depends. So I don't know, man.
No. See, I'm gonna see night one. Night two, I can't watch till Monday.
Oh yeah.
I can't watch that till Monday.
It's gonna be a long one.
Yeah. So I won't know nothing till Monday night.
Yeah. We gotta figure out the recording for the WrestleMania podcast, because I'm gonna be at the show, so we gotta figure out how to kick out the review. I mean, I'll be able to do some stuff. I'll try to post on on.
Oh wait, you're going to both of them?
WrestleMania?
You're going to do them both nights?
Oh yeah, I'm in for both nights. Oh yeah, I'm there.
Oh shit, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's for future us to figure out. But yeah, I'm locked in. But yeah, well, I don't know. I just like it. After once Elimination Chamber's over, then we'll have a better picture of what direction they're going in with. Not just this, but I mean, of course, we know we're getting what the main event of WrestleMania as a whole is, but everything else, like who's going to be wrestling Seth, because it looks the male Elimination Chamber match is going to determine who's going to get a shot at the World's Heavyweight Championship, Seth Rollins. So it looks like for the men, the participants in the Elimination Chamber there, I want to get into, I believe it's we got Drew McIntyre.
Yep.
We got Bobby Lashley. Randy Orton.
Yep.
KO.
Yep.
Logan Paul.
Mm-hmm.
And LA Knight.
Yep.
So those are our 6 men for the Elimination Chamber match. Our males Elimination Chamber. You got to do Drew.
Yeah, because first off, Logan Paul, not happening.
No. Maybe KO and Logan Paul eliminated each other because they're still doing this whole thing. Maybe, or no matter. Maybe even something with LA Knight. Maybe even LA Knight and Logan Paul get into something. Maybe that turns into a WrestleMania match. No,
I don't want to see Logan Paul wrestle.
I don't. Somebody's gonna have to get the title off of him though. Somebody's gonna have to beat him for the U.S. title.
Kevin Owens.
Okay. I can see either Kevin Owens or LA Knight.
Yeah. Kevin Owens or LA Knight, because neither one of them need nothing higher than that. right now.
Right now.
Bobby Lashley. You
Bobby
just had
ain't
to have a
winning
black
the
dude in
elimination.
there.
He ain't winning Elimination
No,
Chamber.
they needed to have a black guy.
Yeah, he's not.
That's it.
Yeah, right now Bobby Lashley's doing other things. He's not like a person that's in a main event situation right now. So
Randy Orton, he just got back. He's not no drama.
no.
People
He's
just
not,
like to see Randy.
Yeah. Randy, you put Randy in this match because Randy would be a person that you would put in the match. You would want to have Randy in a match where he could contend for a world championship. That's the type of that's the caliber of athlete you're getting. That's Randy Orton. So yes, he's in the Elimination Chamber match. Why wouldn't he be?
Yeah.
But
so it's got to be Drew.
Gotta go Drew.
Yeah.
How Drew's gonna win this Elimination Chamber? I hope he cheats. I mean, it's Elimination Chamber, so you can't really cheat because everything's kind of no disqualification. But I hope he does like underhanded stuff,
dirty stuff.
Yeah, I hope low blows, and pulling the tights or whatever. He does whatever he needs to do, capitalizing on other people's offense. Whatever. I just need the most like trolling chicken shit Drew. That would be perfect. And you take that Drew into WrestleMania to wrestle Seth.
Yeah. I'm
like
for that.
Yeah, that's where I think they're leaning with that elimination chair. I mean you got to. He's already in that situation. He's already sniffing around the title on Monday Night Raw. It's the natural thing.
Yeah, I agree.
Like I said, who knows what happens with Bobby and Randy and everybody else, but like something with Kevin Owens and Logan Paul.
I think Bobby going out first though.
Oof.
Yeah. I don't think Bobby like, you know what? I'm gonna just do it because y'all asked me to. But real stuff, I don't want to do this.
Bobby might need to spear somebody through one of the elimination pods though. Before he goes.
Yeah.
I feel like
Big show.
I feel like somebody might have to go through the pod. I feel like Logan Paul should have to go through the pod. He should.
Yeah.
People would love to see that.
Everybody would.
I for one would like to see Logan Paul get speared through the pod. But yeah, definitely with I think Drew McIntyre's winning this.
Yeah, he's got that W.
Yeah. What else we have? So now we're talking about Elimination Chamber. Then we might as well lean into the Women's Elimination Chamber, and that's who's going to ultimately face the winner of Nia Jax and Rhea Ripley, who's going to be wrestling on that show as well. It's going to be. I believe you're not going to beat Rhea in Australia because the Elimination Chamber PLE is in Australia. You can't do that.
Well, they can.
They can.
But here's the thing. Every time I see the interaction between Nia Jax and Rhea Ripley, Nia is always sitting on Rhea.
She is. That's why she finally gets on top. She finally gets ahead, and she wins in front of her home country in Australia.
I'm about to say hometown.
This big... that she gets the big ovation in Australia. Like, you can't beat... Like, Rhea's like she's the gem. She's the crown jewel, no pun intended, of this whole thing. People ain't going to be really coming to see Grayson Waller, even though he's from Australia. But they're not coming to Elimination Chamber to see Grayson Waller.
They don't even acknowledge him.
Right. Everybody wants to see Mommy. So I think she beats Nia. I think she retains against Nia.
But who does she go against?
They've been leaning with Becky. I think we go with Becky.
Yeah, because
so we got
Tiffany Stratton,
who just
Liv
made a
Morgan
debut on SmackDown. Liv just returned not too long ago.
Bianca Belair,
right?
Naomi, and somebody else. They don't have the last one.
Right. Yeah, to be determined. Naomi's not winning.
No.
Tiffany Stratton's not winning.
No.
Even though I think they give Tiffany a lot in this Elimination Chamber match. Like I feel like they're gonna give her a lot. They're gonna make her look like a star in here. They're gonna give her
I'm
a
over
lot to
her.
do. I mean, she's okay.
Liv,
but-
no.
Liv, no.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, like Tiffany. There's a lot of room to grow for Tiffany Stratton, and I feel like they do see a lot in her. So I think they're gonna give her a ton. They might even give her elimination. She might even eliminate Liv. They might have her beat somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Naomi, who knows? But yeah, Liv's not winning. I do not see Bianca.
No, she's got too much
Winning
going
either.
on right now with the TV show.
And and everything else is with Becky. So I think you go Becky.
Yeah.
I think you go Becky and Rhea at elimination. I mean, at WrestleMania after Rhea obviously retains, whether that match comes before this or after it.
Do you think Becky's going to walk away with the belt, though? I'm saying no.
I don't think she should, to be honest.
No, I don't see Becky winning this one.
I think there's more in it for Rhea to retain at WrestleMania.
Because you got to think of this. She's going to be the only one in the Judgment Day with a belt.
Because who the hell knows whenever Damian Priest is going to cash in?
No, like
that
I
thing's going
said,
to expire at some point, and he's just never going to be.
R-Truth is going to mess up that.
He's going to mess up his cash in.
The way R-Truth has been getting involved,
I can see that.
And
I can see him completely screwing that up for Damian Priest.
Calling Kevin Owens the Miz and the other two dudes. He was called them X Factor.
Oh my goodness.
I can see Damian Priest trying to cash in and R-Truth messing it up for him.
I can see that.
On the last day.
I can see that.
Awesome.
I can see that.
That would be the best.
That actually would be awesome. I could totally see that. I really could. That needs.
And they're gonna lose a tag team.
Yes. So it looks like Damian and Finn are defending the titles against Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate.
Yeah.
At Elimination Chamber as well. So
they need to lose it. Priest and them need to lose the belt. Give them to Dunne and Bate. Let them hold it for a little bit and get it to Kofi and them.
Oh yeah, and have it go back to New Day. That would be fun. Yeah. Jeez, New Day hasn't had seen tag team championships for quite the while. But I mean,
time now.
But they held those titles for a long time. It was a very good portion of WWE where it was just New Day as the tag team champions. So
yeah,
it's like every time you seen New Day, they had the titles. When Big E was around, they were doing the Freebird thing where it was a 3-man. So any two of the three could defend the tag team titles. So it was like, it could either be Kofi and Big E, it could be Xavier Big E, it could be Kofi Woods. It was that was good times. That was good times. It was funny too because they had different names for each other, like whatever combination it was. The tag teams were called something different. So I think if I'm not mistaken, it was like New Day, Kofi and Xavier were like New Day Turbo or something like weird,
right.
Like that. Like they were naming themselves different things for, like, depending on who was tagging up. But yeah, so maybe Judgment Day does lose the tag team titles.
They should,
and then that starts the full collapse of that, and then I don't know, but if you do that, then do you take the title off for Rhea at WrestleMania and then just like completely destroy this Judgment Day thing? Like, do you just completely cut it off?
Keep her, because her and Priest bumping heads on who running things.
True.
Let them lose their belts. Keep Rhea with the belt. So now they all gotta fall in line to what she says and stop questioning everything and kick JD out.
Yeah, and ultimately get rid of JD McDonough.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. Like I don't right now, as I'm looking at the card, I don't have Bate and Dunn winning, but it's very possible.
Mm-hmm.
And if they do, then of course they're definitely going with that. But do they? No, I was about to say, do they get the titles? They get the tag team titles off of Judgment Day, so they can try to do something with the Priest cash in, whether it's successful or not. Like, just give him, like, if he loses, does he then get a chance to cash in and or whatever? I don't know.
I don't know. I'm usually on point with this stuff.
You've been doing good work a lot lately, man. It's been.
All I said did I be sitting there, me and my daughter would be sitting there running through scenarios. Sometimes I'm like, you know what? That makes a lot more sense right there.
Yeah.
I need to get on the show one day.
Yeah, get some picks, get some predictions. You do a WrestleMania prediction show.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah. But yeah, so and then who's going to be the last person? Like who's the to be determined for the women? Like, I don't know. I don't know where you go with this.
I needed to find out who the last person is.
Yeah, I mean, I essentially do believe no matter who the other person is revealed to be, it's going to be Becky winning. I just feel like Becky's going to win anyway, because Becky and Rhea. Then you have Io and Bayley at WrestleMania as well, and
Io lost
the whole thing. Yeah, I don't see it. Like Bayley's on the way up. Bayley's on the rise. Yeah. You got Dakota Kai trying to apologize and trying to come on. Like where were you when Bayley was getting jumped? Now all of a sudden, now that they said they're gonna beat you up.
Yeah, now you want to help. Now you want to be on somebody's side.
Yeah, now you sorry. We're not doing this.
Y'all forget, Bayley was using that Duolingo.
Yeah.
Learned that Japanese quick. Shout out to Duolingo.
Yeah.
Wow.
But so I mean, we'll see. We got some predictions. We got some takes on what'll happen at Elimination Chamber. It should be a good event. Elimination Chamber matches are always entertaining. You always see something.
What about who you think Jey Uso gonna pull that belt off Gunther?
No, I don't think
so either.
No. Nah.
The Usos are they're entertaining. Like I don't mind Jay
right
at all.
Like you definitely don't like
Jimmy.
Right. Fair enough.
Like, why are you that way? Like,
why are you like this?
Like, I pray to God he ain't like that in real life.
Why are you like this?
Like, irk me. His shirt, the no yeet shirt. Whatever. Stupid. Every time he smile, I want to pluck him in his eyeball.
You might as well just go ahead and put Naomi in the bloodline. Just have her manage Jimmy. Why not?
Yeah.
Why not?
Nah, I like Naomi.
Just keep them away. Just don't acknowledge the fact that just Just have them not on TV at the same time at all.
Yeah, there you go.
It's like we know, but just don't, just don't acknowledge it on TV
at all. Jeez.
But no, I definitely don't have Jay. Definitely don't have Jay beating Gunther at all.
No,
nah.
I am tired of Gunther having that belt though.
I mean, who beats him now? It's the thing.
Shinsuke Nakamura. Well, no, he can't because Shinsuke is going after Sami Zayn now.
Yeah, it's Sammy's turn now. he's selected Sammy now.
I don't think anybody.
Shinsuke picking victims. Yeah, I don't know.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, right now I don't know. Maybe they set something up after Elimination Chamber. Maybe they got a contender. Maybe they got something going on that
You got to give it to somebody who they trying to keep the
yeah.
fire under.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't think you give it to somebody that's had it before. I don't think so. I think you give it to somebody who benefits not only from beating Gunther but winning the championship and taking the baton.
Ivar or Bronson Reed.
I could probably see Bronson Reed more so.
Yeah, Ivar's not. I don't see Ivar holding any belts.
Not singles gold. Not
No.
singles. I think they wait until Eric's well, and then they get him back into the tag team. Even though Ivar's doing great singles.
Yeah,
he's doing absolutely fantastic in wrestling singles matches. But
he
I
need to
think
keep that lady away though. She just be yelling and shit. Like I watch with headphones on. I don't need to hear you barking and yelling. Jesus.
So I mean, that takes care of that. And speaking of who should win and who should take a title and who should do that, I want to briefly jump on to the AEW side of this coin that we do here on the Bury the Booking podcast. We give you a little bit of we give you a lot of WWE lately because there's been a lot going on. And then we give you some AEW because AEW hasn't been they haven't been making a lot of waves. I mean, Dynamite was the same thing as every week. It's okay. There were some segments that were all right. There were some things that definitely could have dealt without.
Some stuff that happened that threw me off.
We always agree. In-ring action was great.
Yes.
We got Dax and Moxley was a very good match. Very good match. We got Daniel Garcia and Adam Copeland, which was actually a pretty good match as well.
Wardlow came out.
Wardlow killed some poor soul. And then
I like Barrett Brown. Who the hell is Barrett Brown? And then I saw Barrett Brown get put through the mat.
A victim.
I'm like, oh, that's who you were.
Yeah,
you were just out there to make sure his knees was good.
Yeah, yeah. Make sure you got some reps under that knee.
Yeah,
that's all. But all in all, I mean, anything stand out to you on AEW Dynamite or AEW at all this week?
I just like to see Wardlow.
You are a fan of Wardlow.
And the Texas Death Match, Orange Cassidy and
Matt Taven,
Taven.
Yeah. That was wild.
That was
wild. I will say that. Like you know, at any random time you'll turn on AEW and you'll see an advertisement and you're like, why is Orange Cassidy and Matt Taven having a Texas Death Match? Like, why?
I wasn't mad at it.
Yeah, and then you're not mad at the results.
No,
you're not. I mean, I get why Matt Taven and Orange Cassidy are wrestling because you got Roderick Strong is getting the international championship shot against Orange Cassidy, and his stablemate is Matt Taven, so Matt Taven would want to try to soften Orange Cassidy up.
Yeah,
going into Revolution on March 3rd, but Texas Death Match, like that's usually a match that you have when you got beef with someone. Like you could see Roddy and Orange Cassidy having a Texas Death Match, but you wouldn't like it's just Matt Taven. Like just have a one-on-one match with Matt Taven. Like what are we doing?
It wouldn't have been bloody enough.
Apparently not.
No, I needed the thumbtacks.
And we got
Jones was sticking everywhere.
And we got them.
Yeah,
we got the tags. But yes, definitely that was a match that didn't disappoint.
No.
Didn't disappoint. But yeah, so trying to figure out who wins what, who should win what. The only real thing here is the triple threat match at Revolution. We're talking about, of course, they had, we got Sting's final match and Sting and Darby versus the Young Bucks. We had that whole weird segment with Darby Allin and Matthew and Nicholas Jackson and Darby referenced without saying Cody, but referenced Cody and all this other stuff. But you know, it was there. But I want to talk about the segment with Samoa Joe, Hangman Page, and Swerve Strickland, and just the back and forth between all three of them, essentially. And Samoa Joe pretty much was like, "Look, I don't care what's going on between y'all. Y'all think you want to do this, you think you want to do that, but the pay per view, I'm beating both y'all asses." And I'm like, that's very Samoa Joe.
Yeah, those some big shoot. That's a lot to deal with, though.
It's a lot to deal with. So that's going to be my question here. I'm like, so we have the main event match. We have the match between Swerve, between Hangman Page, and between the champion Samoa Joe. Who should win that match? Who should be the AEW World Champion coming out of Revolution?
I'm a Joe fan. I'm always be a Joe fan. Like the fact that Joe got the belt.
Mm-hmm.
But if I would have to go Swerve.
Okay.
Strickland is he's hot right now. People loving him. He could hold the belt for a while. Joe ain't gonna be wrestling every week. He ain't been wrestling. He wrestled like twice since he got the belt.
Hey,
he like, I got it, and I'm not saying he don't deserve it, but if you're looking at dollars and cents, I'm thinking you gotta go Strickland. Hangman, I don't know. Nobody cares.
Right.
You just there to be in a way.
Right. Yes.
I'm hoping that as soon as the match starts,
storyline wise, that's all he really is just in the way of Swerve.
Yeah. As soon as the match starts, somebody needs to immediately take him out. Like hard. And then have him lay outside the ring and have the match between Joe and Strickland.
Okay.
And let Strickland win, get the W. Well, ain't bad at all.
No. And I'm glad you said that too, because that everything you said you made a ton of sense, and every point you made was completely valid. I'm a Joe fan, and part of me wants Joe to win because I don't want Joe to, like, Samoa Joe is, to me, better than being a transitional champion to Swerve getting the title.
Mm-hmm.
So part of me, the fan in me, the one who knows that Joe deserves to have this spot right now, says Joe should retain and continue his title reign. Joe should have a more lengthy title reign than this. Okay. It should be a longer reign than this. However, there is absolutely no denying the argument that you just put up about Swerve and how hot Swerve is right now, and how AEW, and I think this is a product of AEW being in the position that they're in. I think that they can't afford to have anyone other than Swerve win this match, because you have to ride that hot hand. Like you're not in a position where, like with WWE, oh, somebody's like Cody last year. Cody was so hot, and then Cody didn't win, but it moved on. If you're AEW, like you need someone as hot and as popular as Swerve is right now to be your champion. Like, I feel like you have to strike while the iron's hot. Like, you don't have a choice right now. So I think Swerve needs to win. I think he should. However, I do wish that Samoa Joe had a better and lengthier championship reign. Maybe he didn't have this reign at all if there weren't so many injuries right now. If the injury to Adam Cole didn't happen and the whole Devil storyline thing went off the way it was supposed to, if MJF wasn't injured right now and everybody was around and the storyline went off the way it was supposed to. Maybe I'm pretty sure we don't have this conversation right now. We'll probably still be in the midst of all of that with the Undisputed Kingdom and MJF and all this, but we're not there. And everything happened, but we're here now, and Swerve's money right now. Swerve is money, and Swerve could be and should be the person that you put all the chips on right now.
Yeah.
Because he's selling out. He ain't selling out nothing, but he's the crowd. Like, the crowd is deafening when Swerve's there. Like, if he says whose house, the entire crowd saying Swerve house. Everybody's behind him. You got people doing the dance. It's on social media. It's everything. So I do think you have to ride with Swerve. Like, I think Swerve has to walk out of Revolution as the champion. If not, you're going to get a lot of people like, well, why the hell did you do that? Why didn't you?
Yeah.
Like, Swerve's right there. Right there. Joe is the constant. Joe's going to be who he is. Again, I don't want Joe to have a title reign that's short, but we all agree that Hangman, there's no point in Hangman winning this. Hangman shouldn't win this at all. If you were in a better spot and there were more eyes on AEW, if AEW was like super hot, if they were like where WWE was right now, then I could say, all right, well, you throw everybody a curveball and have Hangman win. Hangman cheat to win, and Hangman be like Hangman be the spiteful heel champion to everyone loving Swerve, and then the whole audience would be behind Swerve because they want to see Swerve's journey of actually finally beating Hangman.
Yeah.
But right now, I think you just have to jump straight in with Swerve and winning the championship at Revolution. I just feel like you gotta do it. You gotta do it.
You got to.
You got to. You got no other hands to play right now if you're AEW. And then you get a popular champion. You get Swerve. You get the most popular person in your company. You have him as your main guy. And then you bring in somebody like Mercedes Moné. And then maybe you expand on this now. Then all signs are pointing to Okada also debuting in AEW. So then you got Okada. Like they got people, and they're getting people. They're just not putting out a product that is getting more people than the hardcore fans involved. That's the problem. That's the problem with AEW. They got the people.
Problem is they're not using them.
They're not using them, and they're not using the ones that they are using correctly. And there's a ton of head scratching moments. But the thing you should do is you should put that title on Swerve.
Yeah.
And you should have everybody excited about that, and then you give us Mercedes Moné, and then do something with the freaking women's division. I mean, I'm all for Toni Storm and Deonna Purrazzo and their match at Revolution coming up. I'm for that. I'm down. But we need more. You need to lean on a lot more. You got tons of women that are there that are not being used. You got tons of women that are on their way back from injury. You got stars. AEW's got a pool of talent that is ridiculous. I'd say even they have more talent on their roster than WWE does. Execute.
But
that's the problem.
They're not using them.
That's the problem.
It's not going to happen.
Like you're in the spot right now where you got some things that can line up good, that can turn out to have positive effects. Get a belt to Swerve, debut Mercedes, make it a big deal, have it a big deal, have it, I don't know, do something. Because you can get people to tune in. You bring Mercedes over, you're gonna get. I'm not gonna say the people are gonna come in droves, but you're gonna get more people.
Yeah,
you get a couple more people, especially the people who was expecting Sasha Banks to return to WWE, and she doesn't. She picked AEW. Those people are gonna be curious. Those people are gonna turn over. Give them something to come back to. Give them something to spark more of their curiosity.
Yeah.
Will they do it? Probably not. But we'll find. Probably not. But I don't know. We'll see. That's gonna go ahead and do it for us on the Bury the Booking podcast for this week. I want to thank you for listening, for joining us as we talk professional wrestling. Please like, share, follow, subscribe, all of that good stuff. Check us out on YouTube. Listen wherever you'd like to listen to podcasts or wherever you want to start listening to podcasts. We're on all of that stuff. But once again, we will see you next time. Thank you.